Hello, my name is Logan Taunton. I'm an emerging technology specialist here at Dell EMC, and what we're going to be going over today is the mid-range storage portfolio. So what we're going to get started with is some of the trends that companies are facing and how exactly this is causing an impact to their business. So the first thing we're going to look over is an exponentially increasing data growth. So just over the last 2 years, 90% of data has been created within this world. And with this increasing data growth, we're also seeing increasing SLAs. So increasing requirements of the companies, increasing expectations from its customers. However, this is hard to deal with because most companies are facing flatlining and decreasing budgets. So statistics show that 70% of a person's time is spent keeping the lights on within their business. And only 30% of their time is actually spent innovating. So the big question that companies are having is like, how can I take this 70-30 and make it to where I can spend 70% of my time innovating for my company? And at Dell EMC, we came up with a solution for you. So we created these four different buckets. The first one is going to be dynamic. So us here at Dell EMC, we understand, technology is always changing, so it's always a challenge for companies to keep up with. So because of this, we offer you a dynamic platform, so you're going to be able to keep up with these ongoing changes. The next is efficiency. So our job here is to help you drive out inefficiencies within your business. We're wanting you to be able to maximize the amount of profit you make, as well as decrease the amount of downtime your company is experiencing. The next bullet point we're going to talk about is simple. So we know things in the IT realm can be complex as they are. So what we try to do is provide a simple solution for your management. And then last but not least, trusted. We want you to be able to have a platform that's very trusted. We want you to be able to innovate at ease, not having to worry about, is my data protected? So the first thing I'm going to talk about under dynamic is deployment. So with deployment, our arrays are architected from ground up to support all flash. However, because we know no company is the same, we also offer hybrid arrays. Draw this out for you. We have our NL SAS, our SAS, our flash, and then our two controllers. So a big thing that differentiates us from different companies is rather than having active passive controllers, we have active controllers. And what active controllers are going to do for your company is it's going to decrease the amount of latency your applications experience. It's going to minimize bottlenecks. You're not going to have any bottlenecks because both of the lanes of the highway are open for data to flow up and support these mission critical applications to your business. So the applications living are going to get the best performance possible. We have VM, database, and then file share. So yes, like I said, no more bottlenecks, no more latency. Our active controllers are going to give you the best performance possible. The next thing we're going to have is cloud enabled. So with cloud enabled, it's really good for retention policies. For instance, let's say you have some files living on your array that you just aren't using much, but however you still need. So you're able to push these out to the cloud, so you can have more capacity within your array and more IOPS to run, your mission critical applications that keep the business going. The next thing we're going to talk about under dynamic is dynamic pooling. So dynamic pooling really helps with, instead of having to over provision, buy extra drives that you don't need. Dynamic pooling allows you to granularly grow. So instead of spending, all this money up front to purchase drives, you only have to spend money on one drive and use that extra money that you would be spending on extra drives and spending it on, innovating for your company. So this goes back to, the 70-30 split. This is going to give you more money to innovate for your company, grow your company, be a revenue generator. And the last thing we have under dynamic is federation. So with a federation, you can manage under up to 10 arrays under one single pane of glass. So going back to the 70-30 split and how this helps, you're going to have more time on your hands, You're no longer going to be managing 10 arrays from 10 different points. You're going to be managing it under one single point. So you could allow, all this management time that you're saving on, you could, spend more time innovating for your company. So next we're going to go to the bucket of efficiency. The first thing we're going to have under efficiency is tiering. So with us, you could either tier by drive or tier by RAID. So with RAID, we use RAID 10 to write your data up, and the reason being for this is that, it's the fastest way to write your data up. It's the most efficient way. And then when you're done using this data, it's written back down to RAID 5 and 6. This is going to be the more cost-efficient RAID, the better for your capacity. And the next thing we're going to talk about under efficiency is going to be our TLC drives that we offer here. So the TLC drives we use are the densest on market. They can hold up to 15 terabytes of data. So ultimately shrinking your footprint. And with our TLC drive, we have data services. So with data services, we have compression and deduplication. So with our compression, we're going to take all that white space out within a file that you're saving, and it's basically going to be thrown away. So you're going to have, you're basically compressing that data file down so you're able to have more capacity. We also have deduplication. So we have a 4-to-1 ratio, which is the best in, that area, the best. We have the best ratio. And what that basically means is you could take 20 terabytes of data and store it on 5 terabytes of memory. So that's, again, shrinking your footstep. The next thing we're going to talk about is our future-proof loyalty program. So basically what our future-proof loyalty program does is it shows customers, it shows you that we stand behind you on our product, and if we get you into an array and it's not working out for you, then we're going to do everything we can in our power to get you into a better array that works for your company and drives performance. Now we're going to go on to the simplicity of things. Like I said, we know that the IT can be very complex, but with our means, we offer a rack and stack configuration of under an hour. So instead of having to worry about all this time you're going to spend, possibly transferring over to Dell, we make it as easy as possible. Like I said, rack and stack and configure in under an hour. It doesn't get much better than that. Then under Symbol, we're going to have our Cloud IQ. So our Cloud IQ is basically the health track for the array. If something goes wrong within the array, it's going to show you, it's going to notify you. And another really cool thing about Cloud IQ is that if something's going wrong with your array, you'll know it. Whether you're at the beach with your friends or at home spending time with your family, a notification will automatically be sent to your phone, and you're able to manage your array from different locations. So that's also a big plus with Cloud IQ. Now we're going to talk about HTML5. So this is the hot, sleek interface that everybody's going crazy over. So basically, instead of managing your array while looking through, JavaScript code, which we all know can get very confusing, you're able to manage it through a very simple interface, with pictures, and it allows you to see how your array is doing, and it's just a lot easier, and it's going to save you time managing. So again, you can go back to the 70-30 split, and you can spend more time innovating rather than just managing your business. Now we have Trusted. So the first thing in Trusted is going to be Proactive Assist. Us here at Dell, we like to say it's better to be proactive rather than reactive. So let's say something's going wrong with your array and you need more storage. Well, we'll automatically get a notification as well as you. And most of the time, we'll have a drive to your company's doorstep before you even realize that there's something wrong. So like I said, we like to be proactive. We don't like to wait until bad things happen because, that's not good. Very costly too. The next thing we're going to have under Trust is Local and remote replication. So let's say a natural disaster occurs at your facility where all your data is and everything's destroyed. Well, with remote replication, you're gonna have all of that data from site A that was automatically destroyed, you're gonna have all that data in site B. So you're gonna be able to pull that data from site B back to site A, so your company is gonna experience a minimal amount of downtime. So that's always good. And last but not least, we're number 1 in data protection. We have 67% of the market share today. So you could, rest at ease that your data is going to be very protected. Like I said, we're number 1. We're good at what we do, and we want to help you make sure that your data is as protected as possible. So with these 4 different buckets I just showed you, this ultimately is going to allow you to flip this 70-30 on its head. It's going to allow you to spend more time innovating for your company. Instead of being looked at as a call center, you're going to be looked at as a revenue generator for your company. So with all that being said, why not Dell? How can we help you today?